And we are back with another show of the AI Partnerships Corporation podcast, the AIP podcast. And again, my name is Anne from SuperCharge Lab. And today, oh my God, we are so delighted to introduce Ozan Bilgen, CEO of Base64.ai, which is a cloud-based artificial intelligence service that instantly and accurately extracts text, data, handwriting, photos, signatures from all kinds of documents, including IDs, driver's licenses, passports, visas, receipts, invoices, forms, and, well, hundreds and hundreds of other document types worldwide. In just seconds, Base64.ai discerns the document's type, extracts the relevant information, verifies the results, and integrates them into customer systems. Base64 helps to make sense of a world of unstructured data, saving organizations countless hours of time spent on repetitive tasks by automating document processing so that they can cut costs and focus on business goals. Base64 are proud partners of organizations such as Microsoft, NVIDIA, Zapier, and so much more. Huge welcome to you, Ozan. Tell us more about you, your backstory, how you came up with the idea that you founded Base64.
Thank you for having me, Anne. Great to be here. So Base64 come out of the idea that today we don't have any other solution to understand what's inside a document. So when I was at Uber and I was in, the technical leader of the leasing department, we had hundreds of people in Philippines and Arizona to go through driver licenses, vehicle registrations, leasing contracts, and many other documents to make sure, they are accurate, they are the right type of the document, they are not expired, they match with the driver's information, and so forth. That was an immensely human task, and there was no other way to do it. And that popped me this, black hole that I noticed in the information technologies that we actually don't know what's inside the document programmatically. And that's the origins of the Base64 AI's technology that it can understand all types of documents, extracts their type and information with a single API call.
That is amazing. Let's dive a little bit deeper and talk a little bit about the processes that Base64 undertakes in order to extract the meaningful data from unstructured documentation, accurately providing context to different data sources. Tell me, how does it all work?
So Base64 AI's mission is to take on any document, and whether it's a PNG file, JPEG file, or Word document, or PDF file, or zip file, and find out what documents are in that file. So in a PDF file, there can be maybe a receipt, a driver license, two invoices back to back, and so forth. So what do we do is we open the files, we go just like a human will do, we go page by page and try to identify what type of document we are looking at. We are trying to correct the image, we're trying to make it look better, sharper, and more visible. We fix rotation and so forth. And then we try to read the contents of it. So when we read it, we look at its layout, we look at its structure, and depending on document type, we search for different sort of information. If it's a driver license, we look for a signature and a first name and address and so forth. In an invoice, we look for total and tax and line items. Then we package everything into a very simple JSON format and basically output that as a result.
That's amazing. Tell me, today we live in a world where data organizations butt heads with sweeping privacy legislation. How can solutions like Base64 AI work to create a safe and compliant environment for data structuring, processing, and activation?
Absolutely. So, compliance is a huge aspect of document processing, and this is one of the reasons why, it wasn't automated previously. Base64.ai works in the cloud, but also it works in on-premise air-gapped offline networks. Those are data centers that have no internet connection, so no data leaves out the company's servers. It also works with like local data regulations, such as European GDPR and many others that are even tighter than that.
That's great. For smaller startups to even SMBs in the fintech and medtech industries, how would you help them get started in creating the right data structures through your solutions?
We come up with like over 700 different models out of the box. So most of the time when we talk with a client, we already have addressed their solution and they can get started like, within a few minutes. And they can totally self-serve from sign up to payments to integration and basically be done with their complex document understanding task maybe like under an hour. We see an example that just like gets started under an hour. Um, on the other hand, like sometimes companies they have like their own specific needs. Our AI can read and understand documents that it has never seen before. That is like technological breakthrough that we are offering. So you may have a form that you created at home. You can throw it us. It will actually read and understand just like a human. Our bar is to be on par with humans. And some customers, they even want to go further and add additional processes and business logic on the output. That's what we call like, a custom model. So we can also like, help with them to build those kind of special projects.
That's fascinating and quite interestingly amazing. Let's shift gears a little bit. We spoke in our previous conversations about companies thinking that this level of quality of data extraction is virtually impossible, and yet it is. Maybe you can help me by giving us some examples of the common misconceptions that you see that hold back decision makers from implementing such powerful data extraction tools.
Right. So I think everybody's like nirvana is to have such a tool, but the previous examples in the past, due to lack of technology back then, they were only focused on like few templates. So templates is like where they expect certain things to stay in certain places, so they can directly go ahead and read that zones if you like, as if like cutting the document with some scissor. So that may work for some document types and some conditions, but it definitely doesn't work for any document in every condition. So they are pretty prone for a document is shifted, or an entire new template comes in, a new design comes in, which is practically almost the case when we're talking about something like an invoice. Everybody has their own invoice format. So that's the fact that it can't be done, that it needs templates is one of the misconceptions, if you like. The other one is like about how machine learning works. Everybody knows that machine learning loves data and learns with training and so forth. However, it's not like as basic as just like throwing more documents and like adding more samples to the equation. You have to also like be careful about like what kind of diverse sample group that you're adding and how accurately you are tagging the information and what neural network you are using for what kind of a project. So there's no like one type of a solution. And this is actually where we come in and we offer the right solution for right type of like document type. Behind the scenes, our customers they don't need to worry about those things. So that's another misconception. And the third thing is like running, on-prem. So we work with also banks and insurance companies and healthcare firms where data privacy is regulated by laws. So over there, we offer them our offline solution so that like there's absolute peace of mind that no data will leave our site. So this software technology doesn't have to be running on powerful and expensive GPU machines in the cloud. It can be drilled down to ordinary computers in data center.
That's great. So we're winding down the interview quite quickly. Let's talk a little bit about some of the prerequisites if I wanted to come on board with Base64. What would the steps be to get on board with you?
We have our website at base64.ai, and anyone can come in and sign up for free. No credit cards required. There's also an online demo on our website where people come in and try. There are sample documents that they can choose, or they can upload their own documents. We are a big customer support team. They can use our website to book a time with us, and then we can discuss their solution and questions and so forth. That's how most people get started. If you feel ambitious, you can also use our API documentation to integrate, or use one of our integration partners such as UiPath, Zapier, and many others. We also have local integration partners, the systems integrators everywhere in Latam, Europe, Middle East, and Far East.
That's amazing. Well, thank you, Ozan, so much for all your time today. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with our listeners, or maybe how we can get in touch with you and your company?
I want to thank you and AI Partnership Corporation for being our long-term partner and facilitating this conversation. We are super excited to improve efficiency and accuracy in processes in every company. I'm looking forward to hear their feedbacks and questions or email.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Ozan. Once again, that's Ozan Bilgen, the CEO of Base64.ai. And again, my name is Cheng of SuperCharge Lab, for and on behalf of the AIP podcast, signing off. Thank you.